1, 2, 3, 4. Can I have a little more? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So how's it going, folks out there? This is Greg from Into the Music with Chris, my partner. I was going to say former partner, but he's here with me right now. So
now you're a recurring partner.
Yeah. You're an oldie but goodie too, right?
I'm a goodie.
Yeah.
I'm about the oldie. I guess I'm an oldie. Okay.
So we are going to the reason why I was singing She Loves You, Yeah, Yeah. Well, I mean, you're in here because you saw this title of the episode. It's Beatles Top 10. And I've already gotten some comments saying, why are you guys doing Beatles Top 10? It's being done everywhere else.
They talk like that?
Yeah, they're always angry. Yeah. Why are you doing Beatles Top 10?
Yeah.
All right. So folks out there, we're going to do a Beatles Top 10 because we love this group. We idolize this group. We respect this group. They are amazing. They are my favorite band. Even though I have taken a musical journey over the last couple of years on this channel, stretched out and widened my sort of musical net, but the Beatles will always remain my true number one. And Chris, where do the Beatles stand as far as your musical? Like, are they still where are they in the top 10?
Well, they're not as good as the Herman's Hermits, but it's a tough one because, at any given time, I have a favorite band, but the Beatles keep coming back where I'm in the Beatles phase. I must have gone through 20 of them in my life so far, and they last a good couple of months, You just go deeper and deeper into everything. It's amazing how you can still discover new stuff. And of course, you have a lot of the stuff remastered, so it's like, oh, I didn't really hear this before. It was in the background,
That's been a cool thing. Have all the remastered? I think most of them are really, really good. Sgt. Pepper's is amazing. White Album to me is okay. Abbey Road is fantastic. Let It Be has never really been my favorite album.
No,
so
it's kind of a mixed bag. I think Let It Be.
Yeah.
Although the number of really good songs on it is still a large number for any single album,
Yeah, it's just a little disjointed for me.
But what I'm saying is you still have some really big hits that were good.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, almost every album.
From them, but other bands, it's like, when we get two big hits.
I mean, even Magical Mystery Tour. I mean, like every album, they were able to get 2-3 big hits, almost, right? Or more.
At least, yeah.
So there might be people out there saying, why did you guys do the reactions? I'm not sure yet. I'm still taking a break, but this was something that Chris and I had talked about back when we were doing the channel every day. And so we're kind of keeping to our word, not really to you guys, because I don't know how much people really want to hear us, but Chris and I always want to do this. And so we're doing it. Right? You want to put a cap to that or anything to add?
No, we just, we love the Beatles. We do, we got to kind of go where our minds lead us, where our tastes lead us. It's just the way that's the way it should be somewhat, I know we did a lot of stuff for the viewers when we were doing it, but we have to do something for us once in a while too,
Absolutely. Indulge a bit. And this smile.
Usually it's for us and the viewers, but, let's let us have our little holiday, Kings for a day.
All right. So we're going to start off. So we're going to do our top 10. So the way we're going to work this out, folks out there, Beatles have a shitload of songs. And so for us to actually do top 10, just 10 top songs of their whole entire catalog, you know, I wouldn't really be doing the Beatles really a justice, right? Because so much great stuff. So we're actually going to break this up into 3 time periods: 62 through 64, 65 through 67, and 68 through 70. So this one is 62 through 64, where the Beatles first made noise across the pond. And Chris, I'm going to start off, right? So we're going to wait. The way we're going to work this out is we're going to do honorable mentions first, 5 of them, and then we'll get into the top 10 of this time period, 62 through 64. So
that's the honorable mentions and the top 10 from each of us.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because we each have different minds and different thoughts and different opinions. Right.
We live in different places.
All right. So here we go. So my honorable mention, I'll just give you my 5. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So This Boy.
Oh, okay. The harmonies, huh?
Oh, I love the harmonies.
Well, it's pretty much, you know, I mean, that's what carries it, right?
And I think, isn't that Lennon who's doing it?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they were kind of strict about how they split up the lead guitar and the rhythm guitar, you know?
Yeah, well, as we get into, like, especially with my top 10s, I don't know about yours, but some songs that I actually thought that George Harrison played solo, I'm finding out and doing some research that he didn't. So Lennon actually did more than I thought. Yeah. But I love This Boy, and then also when John Lennon like ramps it up in that bridge. Oh, and this boy. Something like that.
Okay, now we broke the ice. Okay. That was pretty good. Do it again, man.
Yeah, come on. Oh, and this boy won't be happy. The next one for me is Words of Love. I
forgot about that as a cover.
I love that cover.
Yeah, you know, Buddy Holly song.
Yeah, and John Lennon's voice is kind of deeper, you know. Words of love, you whisper.
I'll do all the Lennon singing parts throughout this video, okay? I'll do all the Ringo parts.
This one might surprise you because it's not going to be on my top 10, but Love Me Do.
I hate that song.
You know, you really?
I don't hate
it. Some people do.
I don't hate it, but I will skip it when it comes on.
Because it's just been overplayed, right?
It's just I don't see the big deal. I remember reading about it and hearing about it that, you know, there was some kind of beat they were using that, I don't know, was somewhat, I don't know if it was innovative or there was something stuck out about it. But I was like, yeah, it's kind of a drag to me. You know, it might be one of those things that it was, you know, kind of new in its time and, you know, it isn't anymore.
Yeah, you know, you get that taste of those Beatle harmonies, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Let Me Do. One of the, I think it might have been one of the first 4 songs that they sampled out, and they played for George Martin when he was like, "All right, what do you have?" Okay. Yeah.
Was that their first hit?
Yeah, it actually was their number one. It went to number 1 here in the United States in May '64.
Okay.
And it went number 1 in the UK way sooner than that. I think the year before that.
Okay.
Paul wrote it at age 15.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So here we go. The next one, the 4th honorable mention is Hard Day's Night. I was teeter-tottering with that one at the top 10, but great song, man. It really is. That whole soundtrack, I think, for that movie, just fantastic. I think John Lennon wrote that. I mean, McCartney and Lennon at that time, they were sort of like, they were collaborating.
I think it was more a Lennon song, but yeah, they was collaborating.
It was either like Paul wrote most of his song and then John would come in and sort of help finish it off, or vice versa. Yeah.
Right.
And then I Should Have Known Better from the same movie. I love that. I love that. You know, and that reminds me too, as I was going through these songs, man, a harmonica that Lennon was playing back then, you know, on that song, I Should Have Known Better.
Right, and Love Me Do.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah. Yeah. So what's your honorable mentions?
My honorable mentions are All I've Got to Do.
Oh, I like that song.
Their first album, right?
Yeah.
The Beatles.
I like, yeah.
Can't Buy Me Love.
Okay.
Because I don't know if you can think about it in your head right now, but the guitar solo in that, it's like kind of like a rockabilly. So like in a non-rockabilly song, it just goes into like, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I like how Harrison did that sometimes. Sometimes he go into almost a country kind of thing.
Can't Buy Me Love. Yeah.
So She Loves You.
She does.
She does.
All right. She loves you. Yeah.
I saw her yesterday, and it's you she's thinking of. And she told me what to say,
Axl Rose. Aye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so Long Tall Sally.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, as you know, the cover song.
Is that on their second album, or is that on Beatles for Sale, or Matchbox, or Abbey Road, or Sgt. Pepper?
I have no idea.
All right, Long Tall Sally. Yeah.
You know, wait a second. I think it's on Past Masters.
Okay.
Those were the ones that weren't put on albums, on regular albums.
I don't know. Okay. All right.
I mean, I'm not positive on that one.
All right. Folks,
I could look it up on the phone. That's about an inch away from me, but I'm too lazy.
That's okay. Let people yell at us about it and say, no, it was on this album, or it was on something else.
And everybody, the reason we don't remember this stuff is not because we never knew it. We knew it at one point. We just forgot all the shit.
Yeah. Look at us.
Once we got some white hairs, we
And
have
wrinkles.
an excuse for bad memory, you know?
Yeah. All right, what's your number 5 song, sir? Honorable mention.
Boys.
Oh,
Because I think out of all the Beatles, Ringo's got the best voice. Okay?
I love the bop, bop, she bop, bop,
Just gonna
bop,
ignore
she
that
bop,
comment.
bop, bop, bop. Oh, sorry. What about Ringo and his boy?
I was saying, and his boy? I don't know about his boy, but I'm saying he's got the best voice out of all the Beatles.
Yeah. You know what? I like Ringo's voice, so I always did.
I like his voice too, but if every one of their songs was sung by Ringo, I think we'd be listening to covers of their songs.
Well, you know what's a really cool thing about the Beatles too is that, I mean, you got bands today that you always have that one lead singer and that's it.
Yeah,
and
the Beatles can mix it up. Yeah,
they can mix it up, and then they wrote songs for the guy, who kind of like didn't really write songs for himself, but they're like,
yeah,
I'm writing this. I think Ringo would actually really do this some real justice.
Hey, let's throw the little guy something. Let's throw him a bone. He looks sad, Okay, so Boys.
Okay.
I just love the energy they put into it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the screaming and stuff.
But like I said.
The guitar solo is fantastic, I think.
Yeah.
It really is. Short. It's like 20 seconds at tops, but still.
Do you know if that's Harrison or if that's Lennon? It's Harrison.
It sounds like Harrison, but I'm
Yeah.
I'm not totally positive on that.
He had such a Chet Atkins type of sound in those early days,
Yeah, that time, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to start off with my number 10 song.
God, this is like our most boring video we've ever done. We're all excited about this. Like, my number 8 is.
Well, you sound like William Buckley.
and I think Ringo was playing drums on this one.
So number 10.
All right. Yeah, we'll just act like we're doing like a PBS show, or no, NPR, and be real mellow and now coming in at number 7.
Now coming in at number 10.
Because it's Sunday morning, and for some reason on Sunday mornings we have to be extremely mellow. Maybe it's because most people have the day off.
Well, Lionel Richie said it best: easy like Sunday morning.
Hold on, you're speaking too fast. Anyway, okay. You want to start off with the first? Your
absolutely
number 10? Big countdown, everybody. Okay.
Here we go. Dan, 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 dan. Dan, 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 dan.
Oh, really? Okay. And I love
Yeah.
her. Okay.
And I love her. I love the song.
Oh, wait, that's your number 10.
That's my number 10.
That's my number 10 also.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. I'm looking at it now. I'm like, wait a second. Okay, cool.
So when I was doing research, found out that Ringo played the bongos and the Cliff Clavins, the claves.
The Cliff Clavins?
The claves. Or clavs, however you say it. George plays the classical guitar and John's rhythm guitar, and both sings. As you know that. But yeah, that was his first ballad.
Oh, really?
First ballad that he wrote, yeah. Rumored to be about Paul's then girlfriend at the time, Jane Asher. But according to Paul, quote, it was a love song really written for no one in particular. I call bullshit.
Yeah, so he could use it over for the next one and the next one.
I call bullshit about that. Absolutely, it's about Jane.
Well, you wouldn't you lie about that? It's hard to keep up, be original with every new girlfriend. And he probably had a lot of them. So it's just one generic love song. It's like, well, I didn't write it for you, but you're in my life right now.
Oh,
I think he'd get away with it. He's a charming guy. Okay. Oh, another thing about And I Love Her is I was trying to learn it by ear, right? And I got it. I was going along okay. And then I got to the guitar solo. That was okay. And when it came out of the guitar solo, I went back to the chord I thought it was, which it had been previously, but it was a different key. It was like I'm not sure about it. I think it was like a half a key off, And
okay.
I was like, oh, wow, am I hearing this right? So that's what they did.
Well, that's what, that was pretty much common for a lot of the Beatles songs. They had all these kind of.
Yeah, they always had there's always something in the Beatles song that's a little quirky.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's one of the things that makes them great, I think.
I think so too.
There's always some new twist on something.
Do you know how many takes it took to get to the center of
get to the center of a Tootsie Roll?
It took 21 takes.
What did? Oh,
the song. They couldn't get that middle, that sort of guitar bridge sound, and until finally George did it on his acoustic.
Okay, right.
Blam,
They were
blam,
trying
blam, 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 blam. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, cool. So you want to move on to number 9? Number 9.
Is that the one? I hope not.
Well, that's actually
go ahead. What's your number 9?
Time period. Yeah.
What's your number 9?
Anna, go to him. Yeah, I love that song.
Well, okay, that's a cover. Who originally did it? Do you know?
Yeah, Arthur Alexander, an African American singer.
Arthur Alexander. Of
yeah.
course.
He had success with "You Better Move On." Yeah.
I don't know that song.
Yeah, 1961, and
You know it?
he then repeated his success in 1963 with this song. So this song actually came out in the same year that Lennon, I guess, it struck his fancy, and he's like, I got to record this. I love the song. It's, my top 10, and I'm thinking that you kind of did the same. It's like, right now you got people saying, Anna, go to him. What the hell? Go to hell. But like these are our favorites. It's not your favorites or what we think of the mass populations. Right. No, this is like what I gravitate to. If I haven't heard the Beatles in a long time, it's like I'll go to this song, and the other 9. So
yeah, and
I just love it. There's just something, I love that little and that little sort of strum of that rhythm guitar that John Lennon does, something like that. Yeah. So cool. What's your number 9?
That's surprising. Okay. For number 9, I got Things We Said Today.
All right.
You must have that in your list somewhere.
I may not.
No, now I'm truly curious if you have it in your list.
I might.
Love putting your hands in front of the camera. I see the thumbnails. I see the thumbnails of the videos on YouTube. And like half of them have your hands like in a blur. Maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe a third of them have that.
Well, I'm going like this. I'm doing jazz hands.
Yeah, I'm seeing them as blurs right now.
All right. No, Things We Said Today is actually, I like that song a lot.
Is it
A
on
lot.
your list?
Yeah.
What number is it?
We'll get to it. I'm not going to give it away.
We already agreed that would be the format.
Oh, we did?
How do you want to do it? We'll do it your way. It
I'm
doesn't
I'm just saying that it is in the list somewhere. Yeah. Then it takes a surprise out. All right.
I know. Everybody's on the edge of their seats.
Why do you love this song? Why is it number 9? Why?
It's number 9 because I love the harmonies. I love the acoustic guitar, and it's just it's a really good melody. Straightforward.
Yeah, a little bit of sadness. When they were putting out a lot of
like
happy poppies, whatever.
A lament kind of.
Yeah.
Like knowing that in the future, this is going to be in the past.
Yes. Yeah. Very clever, actually, that he was doing that. Yeah. Okay. So number 8 for me is drumroll. P.S. I love you.
Huh?
P.S. I love you.
I thought he said BS. I love you. Okay, that's cool.
The B-side to Love Me Do.
Right? I didn't know that.
Per John, quote, "That's a Paul song. He was trying to write a soldier boy like the Shirelles.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote that in Germany or when we were going to and from Hamburg." I love that, when he goes, you. There's just something about the flow of the song.
Mm-hmm.
Home again to you, love.
Yeah, the melody's really good.
Till the day I do love. Paul was a sucker for those sort of little corny sort of love songs, whatever like that.
Yeah, a little bit sappy, but still
a little
good,
sappy. But it really showed the Beatles in the very early days of how adept they were at their harmonies.
Mm-hmm.
They could just come together and they can bring lift to a song and a little bit of depth, to a song that would naturally, probably from anyone else, sound really
that's true. That's true.
Cheeseball, So there's something really about this that I love. So that's my number 8 song. What is your number 8?
My number 8 is "It Won't Be Long."
That's cool. I like "It Won't Be Long." Yeah.
That's one of the things I love about it, the call and response thing.
And then it stretches out.
It really drives it forward.
Yeah. Till I come home to you. After that, yeah.
It's already. How many times I've danced?
But what's it about it? What do you like? What do you love about it?
I just said I like the call and response. I like the energy. Call and response drives it forward, And I just doesn't it start off really hard?
Right. It won't be long. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So it jumps right into it. I like that.
Okay. And that's a John Lennon song.
That was a real in-depth analysis, I know.
That's a John Lennon song.
Right.
So number 7, lucky number 7. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. All right. I saw her.
Wait, did they teach you that in mime school? Okay, students, today we're going to be shooting craps. And then we're going to be stuck in a box. In fact, a lot of this course is going to be you stuck in a box.
Who was that French mime back in the 60s?
Marcel Marceau.
Yeah. All right.
Isn't he really the only mime whose name we know?
Yeah.
Unless you're a mime yourself.
Yeah. Now he's doing miming up in the great big mime heaven in the sky. Anyway.
Great big mime heaven. That just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
Yeah, St. Peter, will you talk already?
Yeah, he's miming getting through the gate,
All right. Number 7.
All right. What's your number 7?
I saw her standing there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What a great song. That's a song where, holy shit. I mean, 1,000, 5,000 times, 1,000,000 times. But
What, they've heard it?
yeah, but it can't take away like just how good it is. It's just a good freaking song.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
and when you think about like where they were at that time, right? They were just starting to write their own stuff, whatever like that.
Mhm.
You know, Paul's coming up with some sappy stuff. You know, Lennon is trying to, work on his craft. And Paul, I think he was kind of the lead writer. I think John kind of filled it in. Holy shit, they come out with this song. It just, this is like their Hamburg days. They're rocking.
Hamburg, yeah.
The Hamburg, and the cabin days, like where, that's definitely seeped through, and it was just a rocker.
Right.
Fantastic.
Yeah, the energy is there, man.
Yeah. And it's funny when you actually look to see like what instruments they're playing, it cites all four guys doing hand claps, which is cool.
Oh, really? Okay.
All of them. Yeah. Yeah. What do you think about the song? Yeah.
Well,
Is it in your top 10?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
So I just love it, man. It's just from the first, the count in the beginning.
Yes.
Like, right away, man. It just pulls you right in, and it's so energetic. It's bouncy too.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're hitting on all cylinders in this song.
So this is co-written by John. And Paul admitted in 1988, he said, quote, "We sagged off school and wrote it on guitars and a little bit on a piano that I had. I remember I had just 17, never been a beauty queen." John screamed with laughter and said, "You're joking about that line, aren't you?" What? Must change that. We came up with You Know What I Mean. So I think that's pretty cool. And you probably know this, the bass line by Paul, it's inspired by Chuck Berry.
I think he said he lifted like the whole thing from some song.
What about Chuck Berry's song?
What's Chuck Berry's song though?
I'm Talking About You.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. You know this song?
Vaguely.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to think of the bass line. I'll have to listen to it differently, for that next time.
Yeah. Cool.
Do you have a Chuck Berry playlist?
No. I mean, I don't know like the 4 or 5 songs, but I know you love him. Chuck Berry.
Most of the stuff.
That's one of your guys.
Really not good, but out of the good stuff, there's plenty of it.
Absolutely. So what is your 7?
My number 7 is Bad Boy.
How's that go? You think I would know that?
A new little kid moved into my neighborhood.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's what they were doing too. It wasn't even a guitar.
And
that was a cover song.
Holy shit! What album is that on?
I know that's on Past Masters. And like we were saying earlier, I think Past Masters only has the stuff that wasn't put out on regular album.
Is that where he goes, "Junior, behave yourself"?
Yeah. So he belted it out in that song.
Absolutely.
And the kid's such a little bastard. I mean, his rap sheet is like really long. He's causing all kinds of trouble.
I think he wanted to name it Little Bastard, but it really passed the census.
Little Bastard. They do have that song, Little Child. I hope Little Child is not in your top 10.
What? Little Bastard?
No, Little Child.
I like that song a lot.
Do you really?
I do. Little Child.
I'm quitting again, man.
Why, you don't like
that? On that.
Oh, you don't like that song?
Oh, I do not like that song.
I'm so sad and lonely. That's actually a little, all of them loved Buddy Holly. And you can tell that listening to them sing on that song.
Going up to that high note.
There's a Buddy Holly, yeah. I'm so sad and lonely. Maybe take a chance on
That's how Buddy Holly sounded. I think it might be exaggerating a little bit.
Number
maybe
6.
Not, though. In Peggy Sue, maybe not.
All right, so
number
now,
6.
Yeah, this is now we're squeezing it here.
Squeezing it, man.
Squeezing it, and I think that this is probably in your top 5. or top 6. I'll Follow the Sun.
Oh no, I didn't even think about that one.
Yeah, 1964.
Okay, that's cool.
You know what I was shocked about when I did research on it? It's 1 minute and 47 seconds.
Wow.
I mean, that's really
It's
short.
just starting out,
Yet it doesn't seem that short. It's such a good song. It really is.
Yeah,
George
I didn't
Martin.
even think about that one.
George
I don't
Martin.
know if it would, I don't think it would have made it into my top 10.
Here's the thing. Paul wrote it at age 16. It originally had that skiffle sound. So George was trying to change that. George Martin, he asked John to harmonize Paul's vocals on the bridge. And though I'll lose a friend, in the end,
Yeah, that's a good harmonization. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. Great song. Love it, love it, love it. What is your number 6?
My number 6 is I Call Your Name.
I was teetering with that one. Yeah. For my honorable mentions. I like that song. Yeah.
You know what I love in it is when it goes into that. I think it's sort of a little bit of a shuffle rhythm and through the main part, but then when it goes into the other part, which is like a really heavy shuffle, and it's
Don't
just
you know I can't
every time.
Don't you know I can't take it?
Yeah, and it just I love the transition, man.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good, man. This is cool. Again, we're definitely going to the beat of our own drums here with these songs.
Yeah. But then again, like we said before, depends on what day, if you pick another day, we might have a different list.
True.
There's so much good stuff. So
I'm probably going to shock you with this one.
Which number is this?
This is number 5.
Okay.
1964. It's 2 minutes and 4 seconds. That was probably the average time for best songs.
You're not narrowing it down much.
It was on Beatles for Sale. Babies in Black.
Okay, all right.
Oh man, I mean,
that's a song that that song will get stuck in your head all day.
Yes.
And you'll hate John Lennon by the end of the day.
Oh, see, so that's like a.
Well, no, I mean, I like it. It's just that it really, that cadence of it, just.
Oh dear, what can I do? Babies in black, and I'm feeling blue. Supposedly, there's rumor that it's about Astrid Kirchner, the girlfriend of former bassist Stu Sutcliffe, who died young from a brain injury.
Mm-hmm.
She, with him dying, and she always kind of wore black. And then him dying, maybe it was about her kind of, mourning his death. The Beatles denied it, but they denied everything. They denied Paul dying. I mean, let's
and being replaced by a robot.
That's not the real Paul. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know. It was actually a favorite of Beatles back at that time. It was on almost every concert, including the last one in San Francisco at Candlestick Park.
Babies in Black, what?
Babies in Black. Yep.
Okay. All right. That's interesting.
And what I like about it too is, it's really catchy, but again, like things we said today a little sort of serious, kind of, breaking away from the, he loves you, I love you, and really getting into something a little bit more thought-provoking, a little deeper. So so cool. What is your number 5, sir?
My number 5 is She's a Woman.
Oh yeah, I like that song. Yeah, I like every song.
I like how the rhythm part, which is I think the guitar and a piano, electric piano.
Okay.
It's on the offbeat, and I think that really gives it a cool feel.
It's electric piano because I'm thinking it's almost like he's kind of like with his fingers just slapping, doing.
I think it's both.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah, he is slap, with the on the guitar, but I think there's a piano in it too. I'm not positive.
Okay. And do we know? Is that Lennon who's doing the rhythm? Is Lennon doing that kind of thing?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his voice too, right? Because he's, Paul had that sort of.
Yeah, he kind of belting it out there.
And he's with those
he
rockets.
He means it. He knows she's a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got the air in the lungs. Cool. I'm on to number 4.
Got the air in the lungs. Okay.
Yeah.
What's your number 4?
Every Little Thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. During the Get Back project, both George and Paul cited this song as one of their favorites at the time. John actually did the guitar solo on his famous Rickenbacker 325/12, while George played the acoustic. Yeah, and it's another song written by Paul at Jane Astor's parents' house.
Okay.
And again, rumored to be about Jane. I love just like I love her. Just such a great song. I love that guitar that like banning out now, bow bow bow. Like it's.
Oh yeah, I was trying to think of what
it kind of does the melody. Yeah.
Yeah, right. It's mimicking the melody.
Every little thing she does, and I love Ringo. It's almost like I'm picturing him like having like those two big, like big drumsticks, like boom boom. And he just hits the drums. Yeah, it's really cool. Great song. So
I haven't heard it in a while.
Yeah.
When did that come out? 64?
That came out in 64.
Okay.
Beatles for Sale. That's a really good album.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. But is that only for US? Or is that an album that actually was released in
I don't know between the two. I know
think
they
it might
have
have been just us. Yeah.
collections, but yeah.
Yeah. All right. What about you, sir? Number 4.
This is it's Please Mr. Postman. And I got to look up who did the original. Let's see. Hold on. I didn't do my homework.
Okay.
I'm unprepared. Yes. The Marvelettes.
Okay. Yeah. The good old Marvelettes. All right. What do you love about that song?
It starts off with a boom, man. And it starts off with...
Yeah.
Doesn't it start off with like
right?
a call? It starts off with a call and response.
Wait. Oh, wait a minute, Mr.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
See. Mr.
Actually,
Postman.
kind of starts off with this. Well, maybe with the response. I don't know, but anyway, with that wait.
Yeah,
thing.
something like that.
And
there's the hand
so I think
claps,
that's
too.
a great. I don't know if the original by the Marvelettes started out like that, but anyway, I like it. I like that start, and the call and response throughout, I think, is great. And there's another one, really, Lennon. Like I love, Lennon had the, he had the raspy voice, kinda,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it was.
I don't know. It just all works. They did a great job on covers.
Yeah, that sexy rock and roll voice, man. Absolutely. That was on their second album, at least second album here in the United States. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that's great. We are down to our top 3, sir. I Don't Want to Spoil the Party. That's my number 3.
Really?
I love.
Really?
I love that song. 1964.
I like it. But I wouldn't put it in my top 10.
Yeah.
Obviously, well, not obviously, but almost obviously, as we'll find out.
Well, they were struggling with it when they were trying to record it. 19 takes, and supposedly centered around the dissatisfaction with George's solo. A big Chet Atkins fan, and he liked to put that sound in a lot of his guitar stuff. His solo was like really disjointed, and
Is that because he was trying to put a Chet Atkins spin on it?
Whatever. I mean, actually, if you think about that solo, like they gave up. I
can't remember how it goes.
Yeah, it's just very disjointed. It's kind of It's just very like you don't have notes bleeding into other notes. It's just very like stop start with all the notes.
I'll have to listen to that again. I'm curious.
Yeah. But the song still, I think, overall, is just it allows me to kind of like ignore that because I just love the song.
Yeah.
I love how personal this song comes off. It's, again, compared to that Boy Loves Girl crap. It was just a lot. And then like he's sitting there basically it's a guy and a girl, a couple probably came to the party. They had some sort of argument,
Mhm.
and then she storms off, and then he's sitting there, and he's wondering like where she is, and he's lamenting, he's feeling guilty and bad about what happened, and as much as he's trying, he's not enjoying the party, and he feels like he's bringing everyone else down. It's just very from the heart.
It's kind of something we can relate to. Like most people
absolutely.
can relate to. Yeah.
And the way John sings it too, that's the thing too, man. I mean, they wrote the songs, but they were so true to like when they were writing the song and what was behind the song, and then, that voice was the voice. If he was feeling sexy and he wanted to croon it a bit, then you had the John Lennon all the air right behind it, and then you have this very like solemn kind of sad. And this works too. It's not like, oh crap, he's sad. I don't like that John Lennon voice. He could just adapt. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
And I love Paul's background when he says, "For tonight she's made me sad. I still love her."
Okay. It's coming back to me. It's been a while.
Oh, God damn it. I love it. I love it.
Okay. Put a little emphasis on that last part.
When we get to the 3, right? I mean, Now, we're not playing around.
That's unique. I wouldn't have guessed that.
We're not fucking around, man. I mean, this is our 3. Absolutely.
Okay. So that was your number 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So my number 3 is I'm Down.
Yeah.
And that's for like the sheer energy and McCartney belting it out with his voice.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Oh, also the keyboards, and it had that swirling thing going on there,
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
You're picking a lot of rockers.
Yeah, I okay, that's a good observation.
Yeah.
Other than a couple of them, which were the higher ups, at the back of the list.
Yeah.
I decided just to go with the energetic ones. I mean, there's so many to choose from. I mean, what criteria do you use? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you're not surprising me. I mean, now that I'm kind of, as I said, like
now just more in the mood for.
I'm on to you. Yeah.
For that.
Yeah. Well, I kind of knew that about you a little bit, with the Beatles. I think, you like
I
that
like
edge.
it all. I mean,
you're like, no, I know, but like we're picking our 10. We're picking our favorites. I think you gravitate a little bit more to swirly.
swirly.
Well, I'm thinking about.
You think that's going to catch on?
Well, like you said, like the organ, that piano part was like just all frantic and crazy. Yeah, swirly. Yeah.
Swirly.
All right. Number 2.
Swirly.
I Feel Fine.
I Feel Swirly.
I Feel Fine is, I mean, this.
Wait. That's your number 2?
Yeah.
Guess what my number 2 is?
I Feel Fine. Awesome. So we matched on number 10, and I Love Her, and we got it on number 2. I Feel Fine. I mean, what is there not to like? I mean, this could really be my number 1. It was really hard between this one and the one that we'll get to.
Yeah.
Of course, there's that legendary sort of, John taking his guitar and leaning it against the amp and coming up with that sound.
That's what did it?
Yeah, that's what it was.
I didn't know that. Okay.
And
the feedback thing, you mean?
That. And the boys loved it, and they convinced George to keep it on.
Okay, cool. George Martin, right?
Yeah. John said he wrote it completely, and Paul says that they collaborated. So I don't know who do you believe. It was written while they were working on 8 days a week. Number 1 in the UK and US in November '64. Quickly shot up the charts.
Cool.
Yeah,
and rightly so. Yeah, that riff, man.
Yeah,
that riff is so catchy.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Holy shit, it's so good. I love John's vocals on this too.
Yeah, I like it too.
And what they did, they mic'd it, they mixed it, whatever they did with it. I mean, of course, his voice was always good, but there's something to it, that just gives it extra effect.
That's why we really got to hand it to George Martin. I mean, a lot of their sound he's responsible for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, how it's shaped and, how it's presented.
Absolutely. And
so there's a lot to that.
I think what's brilliant about this too is that part, like, I'm so glad. There's that bridge. She's my little girl. And I love how they space it out. She's so glad because she's telling all the world. I mean, it's fucking brilliant. Like how they came up with that. And it gets right back into that.
Right.
I think it's one of their most sophisticated guitar playing song back in that day.
Could be, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's up there.
Fantastic. Yeah. And anything to add to that, sir?
No, I'm just thinking now, like how many songs around that time were based around a guitar riff. I have to think about it. It's just hitting me now.
Yeah.
Food for thought,
I think the next time period, you know, there's a lot more songs where they just kind of riffed.
No, not them. I'm talking about songs in general.
Oh.
What other people are doing.
Oh.
I'm talking that time period.
Okay.
I don't know how many songs are really, because, since then, it became more common, I think, for a song to revolve around a guitar riff.
But I mean, when you think about the Beatles, I mean, they just like what was playing around that time. I mean, that's why they just broke the mold, man.
Yeah.
I mean, there weren't many songs that had riffs like that, not around that time. Maybe like in the 50s, there was some, you had some of that rockabilly stuff, and but in the 60s, that kind of died off. It was a lot of like dentist music that was kind of playing right before the Beatles, man. I mean, they just absolutely they were like an asteroid. They were an asteroid. They just crashed and it just changed music forever. I mean, I know you know this, but yeah.
Okay. So we're down to number one, right?
Down to number one.
Okay. You want me to try to guess what your number one is?
Yeah, because I already admitted.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
And I already forgot.
It's a song that's on your list. And then you asked me if it was on my list. And I said, yeah.
Okay. Let me see.
I guess things we said today, you just forgot.
It's things you said today?
Yep. I just said
No, I don't have that on my list.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't. Oh, yeah, I do. Number 9.
I am not taking this out.
Take it out. Take it out. It make me look like I don't remember anything. Okay.
Really?
No, you don't have to take it out. I'll forget it's in here. So don't worry about it.
Hey.
Things we said today.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I freaking adore the song. Again, the third song on my top 10 list, where John supposedly wrote it at Jay and Ash's parents' house.
That house is so conducive to creativity.
Like I think I had a window and it was kind of overlooking. I think so. I'm not even joking around. Some sort of like scenic thing, and it just allowed him to kind of just drift off
and be about the scenery,
and be creative. Yeah. It was also a little sad. Because around that time, even though they kind of stayed on for some years after that song, they were starting to drift apart. They were both, because she had her film career. I think she sang a little bit. So she was busy. Of course, he was busy, just being part of like the most amazing band at that time. So they weren't really seeing each other. And I loved how you put it when you talked about it in the number 9 slide, about how he's kind of nostalgic, about the future while also sort of being in the present, Yeah. And it was really clever how he did that. I love the chord changes too. There's simplicity, but there's some real like meat or some richness to that, to those chords.
Yeah, there's a flow to that. Because I used to know how to play it. I just haven't played it in a while.
Okay.
And there's definitely a flow to the chords, the chord progression.
Yeah.
Like even I remember, I can't remember the chords, but how there are some songs where it's so easy to change between open chords.
Yeah.
Because it's just, I don't know, just I just have to move one finger here, and then next I got to move this other finger. Nothing complicated, but it just seems to all fit together, even physically like that.
Not complicated, but that beginning part, like when he does that kind of.
Well, I had a tough time with that one.
Yeah,
you got to have a fast wrist with that one.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah,
That kind of makes the song, that quick strumming there.
And again, it's another, and this is the thing, really amazing thing about both John and Paul, right? Because they're writing their own stuff and different styles, different whatever, you know. But they were both sort of gravitating to, they were trying to, like, every once in a while they would throw the song out that would just like the realness of a relationship, you know, really get into like the inner core, you know, kind of from the sort of typical skirting it, you know, the surface thing, you know, with all the, you know, lovey stuff and like that. And they, you know, trying to appeal to the masses. And then I think this one, Things We Said Today.
You mean the more popish stuff?
Absolutely. Like, I mean, I don't think Paul, you know, this is a song. That's what I love about them too, is that they would come up with something and they probably, you know, did the sell to George and to Jeff or whoever and said, you know, well, Jeff just mixed. Jeff just did what he was told. But to George and said, we're going to put this on the album. And that was it, you know, especially as they became famous, whatever. I just think I think it's one of the greatest songs. I really, and then there's that part, John, someday when we're dreaming, deep in love and not a lot to say. And John is actually singing. And at the last time they do that, Paul stops singing just for a brief second, and you hear John's voice that just lingers, like that extra sort of split second. I don't know. There's just something crippling, like heartbreaking for me. You know, it gets me. There's just something about it.
I didn't notice that.
Their vocals,
I will next time I hear it.
Well, you know why? Because their vocals together, it's magic. And then Paul just stops where you hear John tail. It's like, and you get like John just coming in. I just think, it's just so beautiful too. And it just, to me, it's like, again, and like John, like they were amazing, like for each other around that time where they would just, you know, help. You know, I got you. I'll do the vocals on this and I'll finish that line, you know. And anyway, for many reasons, I love it.
It's like you finish my sentences.
Yeah.
I'm kind of joking, but I guess it kind of was.
Jerry Maguire, you complete me.
All right, now we're going too far.
What's your number one?
My number one is I Saw Her Standing There. Because like we were saying earlier, I feel it's got everything pretty much in it. It's not a deep song, of course, so the lyrics-wise, it's not great. But, you know, it tells a story, you know.
Yep. Another rocker.
Another rocker, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just, and like I was saying earlier, you know, the top ones I picked, I based them mostly on like how energetic they were. And this definitely is.
Yeah.
And the screaming, we didn't mention the screaming in the early Beatles stuff.
Yeah.
They were screamers, man. They had the screaming down.
They were disciples of Little Richard. They loved that screaming and that.
But even that, they did the high pitched thing that McCartney loved to do, like Little Richard.
Yeah.
But they also did some other stuff. They had kind of their own.
They did their own screaming. Yeah.
I mean, other bands were doing it, but I don't know. I'm just saying they were really good at it, you know. So and they knew when to throw it in there, and that definitely energizes the song.
Yeah.
How can you get any more energetic than, you know, screaming?
It's a great one. It really is.
Yeah.
I had that. Where did I have that? I don't even know now. Oh, I had number 7. Lucky number. Hey, it was cool too. So I tallied it up. We both have 4 songs in the top 10.
Oh, in common? Okay.
Yeah, common. So I Saw Her Standing There, I Feel Fine, Things We Said Today, and I Love Her.
Okay. That's cool.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
So
things we said today.
Yeah, we said a lot of things today.
We did.
And thankfully, nothing that we regret.
Not yet, anyway. Maybe the next one we do.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll believe it when you're on the next episode.
Yeah.
You're out of here. All right.
No, we'll be loosened up again by then.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna say all kinds of crazy shit.
Loosey goosey.
Loosey goosey, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So
You're yeah. When you have grandkids, they're gonna think, oh, grandpa's so goofy, loosey goosey. He says all these ridiculous things. You know? And that's what they're going to remember about you. So you better get some cool sayings going on there.
well, by that time when I have
Remember how
grandkids,
cool Grandpa was? He used to say this and that.
no. I think by the time I have grandkids, I will be like that dithering idiot, just talking to trees.
Talking to trees.
So yeah, I don't think I would be the cool grandpa. I think by the time that my kids have kids, I'll be like
you can't be cool and talk to trees.
I'll be pooping in my pants and and yeah, you wouldn't want to be around me.
Not when you're doing that, no.
Grandpa did a number 2 again.
Yeah, right next to that tree he was talking to.
Yeah. All right, man. So this is cool. So you and I have another date.
I'm flattered.
Talk about the Beatles. Top 10, 65 through 67. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Because that's where the Beatles are
Dude,
always
really
changing.
though,
And yeah.
I'm really looking forward to the third date. Let's just skip to the second date, man.
You want to get to the third one? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right.
That's when the putting out is supposed to happen,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Just don't put it in my direction. Oh man. Okay.
On that note,
yeah.
we hope you guys enjoyed this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chris and Greg and Chris back together again. Shout it out, shout it out. Open up the window.
Tell
like
everybody.
That guy, like network, shout it out. Spread the word. Chris and Greg are back.
That was slightly more negative, I think.
Yeah. I'm not going to take it anymore.
I'm sick and tired. I'm not going to listen to those two anymore.
I'm sick and tired of Greg and Chris. I'm not going to listen to them. Yeah. All right. So Chris, you have a good night. You take care.
No, I'm on the other side, man.
No,
wait, I don't know that. What side do you end up on? You always end up on the left side.
When you see it, you'll see that this is right.
I hope so. Now you're not sure.
All right, man. Take care.
All right, dude.
All right.
How about now?
Everyone.
Is that going to be facing you?
No, the other way. The other way.
And that's the way you. Oh, okay. Wait, but that was the way you were pointing. We can't be both pointing the same way and pointing at each other. Imagine if they did that in the Brady Bunch opening. It's like they're all looking at the wrong. One of them's looking outside the box completely.
Something's never changed, man. Like every episode, the introduction. Now, who says what? And what? Huh? Couldn't get that down. Both of us, I'm guilty too on that.
It's kind of like they were on Hollywood Squares for a minute,
Or the Brady Bunch.
That's what I just said that.
No, you said Hollywood Squares.
No, I'm saying the Brady Bunch, they look like they were on the Hollywood Squares for a minute.
Oh, okay.
All the comments are going to say, boy, you guys must have aged since you've been together last. You guys aren't remembering shit.
The beauty of editing. All right, so let's do a takeout, right? We haven't done this in a long time.
All right, ready?
All right. See you on the next episode of
Into the Music.
the Music.
And we still didn't get it right.